Good morning. It's John again. I am ecstatic because the Milwaukee Brewers are playoff bound once again with a stunning 16 to 1 victory. Rowdy Tellez, the scruffy, we'll say first baseman on the mound to secure the win. Stocky, that might be another word for Rowdy Tellez, but it was pretty cool. Like he was really excited about it. He got the GF, the game finished for that 16 to 1 victory over the Marlins, which clinched the postseason. And then today, either a Brewer win or Cubs loss. I mean, the Brewers win the NL Central, which I'm thrilled about. I didn't see a Brewer playoff appearance until I was 19. I didn't see a Brewer division championship until I was 22. So it's pretty awesome to see this string here. I'm pretty stoked as a fan. And I'm going to try to bring that positive energy to a solid, immaculate grid. So let's get into it. Start playing here and get going. Pound refresh. What did I do yesterday? Yesterday was like a 50, but these were grid busters, right? Yeah, there were only 3 tigers ever, so it was gonna be hard to get a really good score. But people got in the 30s. Um, so I was 49, but yeah, people got in the 30s. Um, the big one was Paul Wainer played like 10 plate appearances for the Yankees. So he going with him here. Um, And then I think Kaline and Winfield were the best choices here. That was the optimal play. Anyway, let's hit refresh and let's play. All right, so we got Rangers and Giants and Cubs across the top, and I don't think I've ever seen this configuration before. All right, there's gonna be some landmines here, so buckle up. So we've got All-Star MVP and 300 average in a season. Ooh, I don't know if I have any of my old standbys for like relievers who hit 500 for a year. Um, so that's okay. That's gonna be interesting. And then yeah, we got All-Star MVP. Okay, cool. So the MVPs for the Texas Rangers. We'll start there. I don't think there were any MVPs in the old Washington Senators. Uh, the second iteration of the Washington Senators that played in the 1960s. Frank Howard was definitely an all-star though, so I think he's usually pretty good there. Let's dial him in. Capital Punisher. 1.0%. Emphasizes the point zero. That's pretty good. The MVPs are going to be a little bit of a grid buster, I think. The Rangers, Jeff Burrows is probably the one I'll go with. He won the 1974 AL MVP. Um, and that was written about in the book. I've recommended it before, and I'll recommend it once again. The Last Real Season by Mike Shropshire. It's about the 1975 season, but it kind of starts with uh, I think the awards banquet or something like that for the previous year, and they talk about uh, Burrows winning the MVP, and I think it was Mike Hargrove, the human rain delay, winning Rookie of the Year. Fergie Jenkins was the runner-up for the Cy Young Award. Um, and then they have high hopes for the 75 season, and it doesn't quite work out for them. But fun. It's a fun read. Anyway, skipping ahead a little bit, Juan Gonzalez won 2 MVPs in 96, 98, and then Pudge Rodriguez won in 99. And then you're looking at Josh Hamilton, right? In 2010, he won that MVP. So I think it's just those four, and I'm gonna go with Burrows, who I think will still be pretty high. He'll probably I'm gonna say in the teens. Jeff Burrows. Oh, 6%. Okay. A little better than I thought. MVPs for the Giants. Um, Bonds, Mays, McCovey, and Buster Posey all won MVPs. So did Kevin Mitchell. That's 5 people right there. Um, I think I've got one though from from the 20s. I believe Frankie Frisch won an MVP with both the Giants and the Cardinals. I think I'm remembering that right. I think he'll be a good one to go with here, if indeed he works. It'll be embarrassing if he doesn't, but that's life. Oh, he doesn't work. He doesn't work. All right, I misremembered that. I should have saved that one for last. All right. Huh, bummer. All right, I'll go back and look at that. I think Carl Hubble, he definitely played in an All-Star game. Why don't I just go with the safe pick? He definitely played in an All-Star game. There you go, 0.6% for a guy that struck out Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig and Jimmy Fox and Joe Cronin all in order. Al Simmons was in there too. Al Simmons, friend of this. Let's see. Any other Cub All-Star? Probably many in time. I get all contemplative when I'm when I've already lost with five remaining. I was so sure that Frankie Frisch should. I guess he just won his MVP with the Cardinals. Can I use him down here? Okay, this is I'm never in this territory, so can I use him for this one? Because he'll definitely work. Oh, you know who else will work? I got a pretty good one. Frisch's manager in San Francisco, or not San Francisco, New York, Harlem. John McGraw, 0.1%. McGraw, I think, is like second all time to Ted Williams, or at least that might have changed with the inclusion of Negro League statistics. But I think at one time he was second all time to Ted Williams in career on base percentage. Fun fact, like a 340 career hitter or something. Not a lot of playing time. I mean, he switched to managing very early on. He was player manager there for a little bit. Um, Anywho, 300 average for the Rangers. What do you say to? There's going to be plenty of options. Trying to think of someone who might have. Oh, how about Al Oliver? It's 1%. Okay. Um, let's see. Cubs MVPs. I actually don't know if Hack Wilson won MVP the year he drove at 191 people. It really seems like he would have. I'm also not sure. Rogers Hornsby's first year in Chicago was a big one. But I'm not sure if he won MVP either. And there was a year or two in there where there was no MVP whatsoever. So, um, yeah, I don't want to. It might have been around there, like 29 to 31 or something like that. I forget exactly. Ernie Banks back-to-back MVPs, 58, 59, and then you've got Ryan Sandberg in 84, Sammy Sosa in 98, then probably skip ahead to Chris Bryant, 2016. Um, and 1952, Hank Sauer. I think that's who we go with here. Ooh, I think Gabby Hartnett. I don't think so. Or I'm not confident, I should say. I think Gabby Hartnett might have, though. Let's just go Sauer there. And let's see, 300 average from a Cub who's somewhat obscure would be a good pick. There's got to be a pitcher. There's got to be a pitcher somewhere. Or I just go with someone else. Ooh, let me try this. I could be wrong on this one. I'm pretty sure in that like 2 month span that Gary Gaetti played with the Chicago Cubs. This was in 1998. He was the hero of that game 163 against the San Francisco Giants, which sent the Cubs into the playoffs. And he was a monster that for those 2 months, but I don't think he hit 300 for the season, which was split in between the Cardinals and Cubs. I'm going to play him and see if he works. He does work and he gets 0.03%. So that was a pretty good pick. And then I need any Cubs All-Star ever. Well, I'm pretty sure. I'll just double check his career, but Gabby Hartnett should work. All right, so I got a 10 plus 100. Um, yeah, so let's see, eight MVPs here, and I came up with Bonds, Mays, McCovey, Posey. Oh, Johnny Mize would have worked. Oh, Jeff Kent. I think I mentioned him before. Kevin Mitchell. Or, I don't think I did mention Jeff Kent. And then there's Kevin Mitchell. So there were so many options that I don't think this one was going to be that much of a grid buster. Let's see if I forgot anyone else. We'll go to NYG first. Apparently, some guy named Larry Doyle, which sounds a lot like Harry Doyle, which was the character Bob Uecker played in Major League. Carl Hubble won twice. And you get Willie Mays. And then if you scroll to San Francisco Giants, yeah, I listed them all. I just had a lot of confidence in one Frankie Rich, who I think, yeah, he is on here for the Cardinals. Third in the MVP voting in 1924. Probably would have been a little bit higher in these seasons if there was an MVP. But of course, Roger, he was playing at the same time as Rogers Hornsby, so who he was traded for. Okay. For some reason, I had it in my head that he was a MVP with both teams, but he was just an MVP with the Cardinals. And so I stand very much humbled here. That's all right. Once again, this episode is brought to you by my book because I don't have any other sponsors, nor do I really expect to get any. But my book, Baseball's Most Fun Frivolities, I do have it here. I stopped doing the thing where because it was kind of awkward, but there's the book. There's the book. It's on Amazon. The link is always in the description because I'm lazy and I just reuse the details from the previous video every time I make these. One other thing I am gonna do starting today is I'm gonna make a bonus video, one or two. I really am just gonna do it on weekends, because of timing, but I'm gonna go back and start doing the older grids. I have done some of them. Um, before I started making videos, I was probably playing for a couple weeks, so there will probably be some that I've already seen. But and for a while there, I was just like, and this was before I was doing the videos, I would like scroll down and practice on like the older ones and just see what I could come up with. But and I've seen John Boy do it, and We Know Ball. I think that's good. Another good YouTube channel that does what I'm doing. So um, that one is more timing. So I've seen some of these grids before, bottom line, but I'm still gonna give it a fresh set of eyes, and we'll see how I do. So thanks a lot for playing. Sorry I squandered today. I don't know why I'm sorry. Didn't hurt anybody. So post those scores. Everyone should beat me today because I lost. Have a great rest of your weekend and enjoy watching your teams compete for the playoff spots, unless you're a A's fan or a Royals fan. Peace.